After opening statements on Friday, the murder and arson trial of Keith Griffith continued Monday at the McCracken County Courthouse. Bill Hughes reports.
The Commonwealth called in a fire marshal, medical examiner, firefighters, sheriff's deputies, and detectives and showed images of damage to the home. They also showed photos of the body of Griffith's wife, Julie, and 2 dogs that died in the blaze. A medical examiner testified that Julie Griffith died of gunshot wounds, not smoke inhalation, which is how the dogs died. The deputy fire marshal said he's not sure if an accelerant was used to set the fire, but severe damage was sustained to the home. Prosecutors say Griffith shot his wife, then set the house on fire to hide evidence, since he had recently taken out a $150,000 life insurance policy on her. Law enforcement claims Griffith had a girlfriend in Indiana, but came back to the Reedland home in the early morning hours to kill his wife last January. About a week later, Griffith was charged with murder, arson, tampering with physical evidence, and 2 counts of cruelty to animals. I'm Bill Hughes.
The murder and arson trial of Keith Griffith continued Tuesday at McCracken County Courthouse. Bill Hughes was there.
Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Raymond McGee questioned Detective Matt Carter of the McCracken County Sheriff's Department, who interviewed Griffith on the afternoon of January 17, 2014. Griffith told Carter he checked into the hotel the night before at 9 p.m., but ran an errand to a convenience store about 11 p.m. and went to a Krispy Kreme donut shop about 4 a.m. He said both of those trips lasted 30 minutes or less. Carter told McGee that he investigated those errands but couldn't find Griffith on the surveillance video at the convenience store and learned that the donut shop didn't open until 5:30 a.m. Defense attorney Mark Bryant's cross-examination of Carter painted a picture of a fully cooperative man. He also questioned if Carter's investigation had any other suspects, evidence at the scene that placed Griffith in the home when the crime occurred, or receipts or GPS data indicating he was in town. Carter said no. Bryant also asked about what he felt was a lack of investigation into Deanne James, Griffith's lady friend in Indiana. She's expected to testify today or tomorrow. I'm Bill Hughes.
The murder and arson trial of Keith Griffith continued Wednesday at the McCracken County Courthouse, with testimony from the woman who was in a relationship with the defendant. Bill Hughes reports.
Commonwealth Attorney Dan Bowes questioned Indiana resident Deanna Lee Clough, who said she knew Keith Griffith as far back as 2010 when they met at a trade show. Clough said Griffith told her he was divorced within the first 5 minutes they knew each other, and their relationship escalated in 2013. Griffith began pursuing Clough, and she says he showered her with gifts, jewelry, flowers, cash, gift cards, and expensive purses. She said in spite of his gifts, she did not let him take the relationship to the next level. Clough said she didn't learn Griffith was still married until detectives contacted her after Julie Griffith's death. Griffith's attorney Mark Bryant cross-examined Clough. He asked why she continued to trust his client even when she heard that Julie was still on Keith's insurance and included in his country club membership, and knowing that he never introduced her to his family or friends. Bryant attempted to portray Clough as someone who was either lying or extremely naive, but content to receive gifts from Griffith and spend time with him. I'm Bill Hughes.
The defense began calling witnesses Thursday in the Keith Griffith murder and arson trial, but the day ended early. Bill Hughes reports.
Defense attorney Mark Bryant said they had some witnesses testify, but none of them took a large amount of time, and they just didn't have enough to get them through the day.
The Commonwealth finished so much quicker than the judge anticipated, or we did. We really didn't think we were going to get started until Friday or Monday. But we'll have a full day tomorrow, and Monday's going to be an exciting day because there'll be a lot of testimony.
Retired Kentucky State Police forensics expert Ronnie Friels testified for the defense. His professional opinion is that it's possible gunshot residue found on Keith Griffith's clothing is from transfer contamination. Friels told defense attorney Mark Bryant this could come from being placed on a flat surface where a gun had previously been, or coming in contact with anyone who was carrying a firearm in some way. The defense also called Nicholas Weber, a family friend, as a witness. Bryant built his case by having Weber describe his afternoon with Griffith immediately after the fatal fire. Weber remembered hugging his friend while wearing a concealed weapon. He also stated that he gave Griffith a ride in his truck, which has repeatedly had firearms in the cab. I'm Bill Hughes.
Keith Griffith took the stand in his own defense this morning in his murder and arson trial. Bill Hughes was at the courthouse and returned to file this report.
Testimony began today with a character witness who knew the Griffiths because of their membership at Westwood and Silos country clubs, and a local body shop owner who said in spite of 50 years of experience and knowledge, he can't say if the SUV in surveillance videos is Griffith's or even a similar make and model vehicle. Keith Griffith then took the stand and portrayed a normal family relationship with a wife with whom he enjoyed playing golf, his job experience on the road, which he described as very lonely, and his eventual relationship with Deanna James, with whom he said he wanted to be friends with benefits. He said he initially lied to investigators because he was ashamed of where he was on the night his wife was murdered. After explaining several things which the Commonwealth Attorney's Office considered suspicious, defense attorney Mark Bryant asked Griffith how he felt today.
I'm still embarrassed and ashamed of all of it.
Did you kill your wife?
No, sir, I did not. I loved my wife.
Did you burn that house down, Keith?
No, sir.
Did you kill those dogs?
No, I loved those dogs.
Did you destroy any kind of evidence against you in this case, other than some rags you threw away?
No, sir.
The Commonwealth Attorney's Office is cross-examining Keith Griffith this afternoon. I'm Bill Hughes.
Keith Griffith was grilled by the prosecution in his murder and arson trial today, and Bill Hughes is at the courthouse.
During cross-examination, Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Jim Harris repeatedly asked Griffith about lies he told to Detective Carter during an interview on the afternoon of the fire, lies he told to Deanna Janes, with whom he wanted to be friends with benefits, and lies he told to friends, family members, and even his attorney during an initial interview. Griffith acknowledged numerous times that he lied, hoping that he would not have to reveal what he called his double life. Harris asked why Griffith had a large amount of ammo for guns he owned and also had over 1,000 rounds of .45 ammo but didn't have a .45 caliber gun. Griffith said it was an investment since he felt President Obama was trying to limit gun owners' access to ammunition. Julie Griffith was shot several times with a .45 caliber weapon before the fire. Mark Bryant's defense of Griffith is expected to wrap up today. Closing arguments could be tomorrow. At the McCracken County Courthouse, I'm Bill Hughes.
Closing statements began today in the Keith Griffith murder trial. Bill Hughes is there.
Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Raymond McGee said he doesn't think defense attorney Mark Bryant attended the same trial the jury witnessed. McGee said the defense was just as Griffith wanted it, full of deception from start to finish. And he said the trial has definitely proven that Keith Griffith is a really good liar. McGee said Griffith's problem is that his lies kept changing from the day of the fire until his testimony yesterday. McGee asked for a conviction, saying the simplest answer happens to also be the correct answer in this case. At the McCracken County Courthouse, I'm Bill Hughes.
Defense attorney Mark Bryant painted a picture of an investigation targeting Keith Griffith from the moment they informed him that his wife had died because he didn't react the way that they expected. Bryant said the state's mountain of evidence against Griffith is a garbage dump. He said the state has portrayed Griffith as a cheating husband and a liar and produced a few witnesses, so they want the jury to convict him. Bryant said the sheriff's department botched the investigation by having tunnel vision, but they have no proof Griffith was in Paducah, no weapon, and no witnesses. He said, please don't reward them for their shoddy work, and a close call is reasonable doubt. He said you can't connect the dots to prove that Griffith was a murderer, but he was a liar, and he'll deal with that on his own. At the McCracken County Courthouse, I'm Bill Hughes.
Pat Green on the Rabbit Station, 93.3 WKYQ. Breaking news is going on tonight at the McCracken County Courthouse. We have all the details. Bill Hughes is there from our news department live right now.
Courtney, I'm at the McCracken County Courthouse, and the Keith Griffith murder and arson trial has just been declared a mistrial. The jury deliberated from about 2:30 until about 8:30 or 8:45, and then came back to the judge and said they were deadlocked. The judge told them that they were the best-suited group to reach a verdict and encouraged them to continue deliberating, but the jury foreperson told them they were deadlocked. Judge Tim Kaltenbach then declared a mistrial. He also set a hearing, a pretrial hearing, for March 12th at 9 a.m., where basically all of this will start over again. The Commonwealth Attorney's Office will probably begin by filing charges once again against Keith Griffith for the murder of his wife and for setting fire to their home. There will also be a possibility of a bond reduction at that hearing. Attorney Mark Bryant from the defense said that based on the fact that there was a hung jury, that means that his defense had some weight, and so he will probably ask for a bond reduction if he is retained by the Griffith family to represent Keith. That is still up in the air. He has to consult with that family. Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Raymond McGee said the same thing that Mark Bryant would say. We have to start over, and they were both curious about what the count was in the jury room. We don't know how many wanted to convict, how many wanted to acquit. We don't know any of the figures from that jury of 8 men and 4 women. But at the McCracken County Courthouse, I can tell you a mistrial has been declared. I'm Bill Hughes.